While The Walking Dead Season 11 won't return to our screens in a little bit, I want to give my predictions for where I see these last episodes going, how everything is going to play out, and how the series as a whole is going to come to an end. There's 8 episodes left to wrap up the entire series, hopefully give us some answers to long-awaited questions, and set up several new spin-off shows. It's a pretty tall order, but I think it's definitely possible. Before I get into the video, if you're new around here, I'm the Thrifty Typewriter, and I make all kinds of videos on Walking Dead and videos on all things fantasy, mystery, and sci-fi, so if those are things that you like, feel free to browse my channel and let me know your thoughts by joining my Discord. I hope to see you there, and let's get on with the video. When we left off, the Commonwealth was taking over all the communities, and the fate of those at Oceanside was up in the air. Literally. I'm going to make the bold prediction that the conflict with the Commonwealth is going to be resolved in as little time as the very next episode. Maybe it will take 2 episodes, but I think the combined forces of Hilltop, Alexandria, Oceanside, and even some residents of the Commonwealth will take up arms and take control over the Miltons. We heard that there was at least 1,000 people who weren't happy with how the Commonwealth is being run, and it's not unreasonable to think that there are underground groups in the Commonwealth because we've already seen an underground group of doctors taking matters into their own hands. In the preview for 11/17, we see people marching with picket signs that are written about their unhappiness with those in power. So I think this could very well be leading to a big scene. They could very well team up with Maggie, Daryl, Negan, Aaron, and the others and take control of the Commonwealth. There will be a big battle in episode 17 and maybe 18, and it will end with Maggie giving a big speech to the residents of the Commonwealth, similar to one of Rick Grimes' speeches, and they will elect her as their new leader. Maybe a character like Rosita or something will die, but I think that Lance will 100% be dead after this potential battle. It's not unheard of for a big conflict to be resolved in a single episode. Terminus was handled in a single episode, as was the Horde in Season 6, so I think something similar will happen here. In episodes 19 to 22, we'll have a little bit of a time jump, nothing too extreme, but all of our characters are going to be living in the Commonwealth, and the former leaders of the Commonwealth won't be dead, but they'll be doing jobs that the regular people did, and they'll hate it. Meanwhile, Maggie will be in charge, and she'll see just how tough it is to be a leader of this many people. I also think that maybe the end of the episode will have our first hint of the CRM. Maybe they'll try to contact them over the radio, or maybe they'll even show up. I think regardless of how the CRM is teased at the end of episode 19, they'll arrive at the Commonwealth in episode 20. Maggie will meet with a representative of the CRM, and they'll tell her about a deal she has to uphold. This deal is going to be that she has to trade people in exchange for supplies. Maggie is obviously going to have a problem with this, and this will start the conflict with the CRM. Maybe a fight breaks out and a few people die on each side. Maggie is going to have to prepare the Commonwealth for war. This is going to lead her to go to Pamela and ask exactly how powerful the CRM is, and Pamela will tell her that they stand no chance against the CRM in a fight. And Maggie is going to have this internal struggle about being the leader of this place. Meanwhile, I think a lot of our side characters like Aaron, Eugene, Mercer, Princess, Ezekiel, and maybe Carol are going to be working together to go out in the world and gather up whatever they can in order to face the CRM. It might not be exactly that, but these characters are going to need something to do, so I think they'll do something to help Maggie out. Now, this gets to pure speculation and really just me writing territory, but I think someone in the CRM is not going to be totally with the CRM, and they're going to join the Commonwealth and tell them the secrets to help them with the fight. In episodes 23 and 24, the CRM is going to return in full force, and the final battle for the show starts. This battle can conclude a lot of side character arcs by either killing them or just sort of giving them a happily ever after. Now, this is where I can see a few different things happening. I can see the CRM absolutely bulldozing the Commonwealth and separating everyone, setting up the spin-offs, but that would be a rather dull ending to the show, so I do think it's going to be something bittersweet. Another option I see is that Rick Grimes is among the soldiers who comes to battle with the Commonwealth, and upon seeing his friends, he stops firing and gets the attack called off. Of course, this is just me hoping that Rick is going to return in some way, shape, or form, and perhaps this is what happens and he stays at the Commonwealth. but then what would the spin-offs be about? I think that Rick will get the attack called off, but he'll be forced to return with the CRM, and these spin-off shows will be about trying to get him back. Now, why would there be two different shows about trying to save Rick Grimes? I'll explain that in another video about where I see the future of the Walking Dead universe going, so keep an eye out for that video in the near future. But those are my honest thoughts and predictions for the final portion of the season and series, and if I'm being honest, I think people will probably be disappointed by the finale. We've seen a lot of finales in recent times that didn't really stick the landing, and I think this is going to be a very controversial finale. On one hand, it's probably going to bring a resolution to a lot of character arcs, but it's also going to have to set up spin-off shows, so not everything will be resolved, even by the end of the series. The Walking Dead coming to an end is very unique because usually when a show ends, that's it. But for The Walking Dead, we have two confirmed spin-off shows that take place after the show, and these potential, hypothetical, probably not going to happen Rick Grimes movies. That's on top of Tales of the Walking Dead and another season of Fear the Walking Dead on the way. But what are your thoughts and predictions for this final portion of the season? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you want to see more Walking Dead videos, subscribe to my channel, and if you do, then I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.